Let's start. Good morning and welcome. I'm Aja Lessa. I am the sole proprietor of the Village Family Services in North Bay, Ontario. I do need to warn you ahead of time that some content of this session can be triggering. So maybe not good for your little kitties, okay? Did you know, according to the Ministry of Children and Youth Services, about 1 in 66 children in Ontario falls somewhere on the autism spectrum? I am a proud parent of a little girl that is on the autism spectrum. I know how overwhelming it can be from the time your child is diagnosed and the struggles to get the proper needs in place for your child, especially during these trying times related to the COVID pandemic. So many families are struggling and are in dire need of help. According to the Canadian Mental Health Association, almost half of the women, 45%, and a third of the men, 34%, say their mental health has declined during the second wave of the virus. So you can imagine now, and they're even talking about a possible fourth wave. There was an increase in suicides this past fall, with 1 in 10 Canadians experiencing recent thoughts or feelings of suicide, up from 6% in the spring. My ultimate goal is to help as many families within our community and provide autism and mental health awareness through my website. Like the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. Find your voice, speak your truth is something I hold accountable to every day. I am a mother of 2 beautiful girls, Gabrielle, who is 14, and Esme, who is 7. My youngest was diagnosed with autism at the age of 5. 2020 has been difficult for a lot of us, but a blessing as well for me and my family. In January, I fell ill and went on sick leave from my employment. Although my brain said, keep going, my body said, you ain't going nowhere. With the help of my family doctor and therapist, I had discovered that I had suppressed a traumatic event from when I was 6 years old. For years, I knew there was something, but I could not put my finger on it, and life continued. At 44 years old, the memories came crashing in, and in return, depression and anxiety hit me hard. At 6 years old, my 16-year-old, 300-pound cousin viciously attacked and molested me. Without knowing this, it has scarred my life in the worst possible way. I was diagnosed with anxiety and dysphonia. I could not speak for over 3 months and couldn't bear to even get out of the house to run some errands. Past trauma affects us in all different ways. It is how we deal with the aftermath that makes a difference in moving forward. I fought with this dark, empty feeling for months, trying to figure out why. Why did he do that to me? To take my innocence at such a young age, affecting me so that I could not trust another man the rest of my life. After a few months of rest, I was able to find my voice again. It is then that I knew I had to re-strategize what was best for me and my family. I resigned from my corporate job in human resources and finance and started planning my vision, which is helping others heal through their own experiences. Loss. Loss is one word that can bring all kinds of feelings to the table and can carry with you until you deal with it. Loss, for me, carried in many shapes and forms. Loss of voice. As a child, I was not allowed to express my feelings. I learned at an early age that if I'm quiet, I'm safe. So yes, my first loss experience was my voice. I deal with it now by ways of social media in the hopes of helping others that have experienced the same. By not speaking my truth and holding all those feelings in, I was becoming numb to the world and its beauty. Loss of confidence. That was a big one for me. I was very quiet as a child and grown to learn that it was best to just keep to myself, as yet again, I was safe in my bubble. I remember in my teens I became bolder, and all those thoughts about right or wrong that pondered for years were now busting at the seams. I just couldn't keep it in anymore. I needed to be heard whether I was right or wrong. And for a young teenage girl, it is so crucial to be heard, not dismissed for whatever reason, or even worse, made to feel so small with words that leave emotional scars. Even during the times in which I doubted my sanity, I was stubborn, and I still am. And boy, did I fight to get a voice. It is then that I realized how precious freedom of speech is, and to listen with an open mind. I am grateful to be heard today amongst you all and to see my daughters grow into strong, confident ladies. Healing fear of abandonment. When someone has experienced trauma, it can result in feelings of intense distrust, chronic grief, abandonment, shame, or worthlessness. I felt all of those described above. In my experience on how to heal from it, I would say one day at a time. Be kind and patient to yourself. It's taken me a long time to heal, and I'm okay with that. I trust myself enough to recognize how far I've come. It does help to be surrounded by friends and family who support you along your journey. And remember, you are never alone. Grieving. Another emotion stemming from loss. I remember the day I sat in a meeting room filled with therapists and a doctor, waiting to hear the outcome of my daughter's many assessments. Everyone was quiet, and I knew that they were about to tell me that my daughter was on the autism spectrum. However, it hit me most when I actually read the diagnosis on paper. I walked out of the Children's Treatment Center with tears rolling down my cheeks, as I knew that this would forever change our lives. I had so many questions. What did I do wrong? What does this mean for my daughter? Is she going to be okay? So yes, I needed some time to grieve and let everything sink in, as any parent would be. If I knew then what I know now, would I still be grieving? Probably. But what I've learned is that my daughter, with or without a diagnosis, will always be my pride and joy. She is the sweetest, brightest little girl, and has helped me to open my eyes to a beautiful world. Loss of stability. Now that's a big one. There came a time in my life that I had a backlog of bills overdue, and I just could not catch up or get a break. It became so bad that I was getting calls every day from places wanting payments met, and it even got to the point of harassment. Needless to say, my nerves were shot, and I just could not do it anymore. I had to leave my ego aside and file for bankruptcy. This broke me more because of shame, guilt, and the feeling of not being able to provide as a parent. I worked full time, and it still wasn't enough. What I realized with time is that when you follow the path you are meant to be on, stability comes with ease. And to not build your life based solely on stability, but more on what you value. Overthinking. That's me. That is one of my patterns that I constantly have to work on. I find myself overthinking actions, words that might have been said or not said, what I should have done, what I shouldn't have done. Overthinking gives power to dimming your light, drains your energy, and can equate to negativity that you just don't need in life. I do catch myself now when I overthink things and use the tools given to me to release my worries and bring in what I want. Now that I understand my triggers and how to deal with it with the aid of the tools that have been given to me by many amazing clinical and holistic heroes that I met along the way to the journey of my healing, I can finally move forward with the life that I was intended to have. I can finally breathe and be happy in my own skin. Here are some tools that I use every day. Grounding, such a big one. I use it every day. It's a great tool to use, especially when you are experiencing stress. For me, I love the outdoors, mind you, way more in the summer. Camping and fishing, or just even sitting out by the whispering trees, listening to the birds sing, feeling the warmth of the sun. I'm grateful for the beauty I've been able to experience these past few years, which was in my backyard oasis. And I've since then moved and created another little backyard oasis over here. So I'm grateful for that as well. Breathing. And I think it's time we have a bit of breathing. So breathe with me. Breathe in. Close your eyes if it helps. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Another technique that I've learned with many healing professionals is breathing. When you are feeling stressed or having a bad day, excuse me, always remember to just breathe. Simple thing to do, but it does help. Support. Support is another important tool towards healing. Sometimes the environment we live in can bring unwanted stressors in our lives. I had to learn to cut out the negativity and meet people that understood me as a person. My tribe helps me to grow with no restraint, no judgment. It is when we reach our full potential that we can in turn give to others. In life, you will cross paths with people that don't understand you, and that's okay. We are not all on the same journey at the same time. Do not ever let anyone make you feel anything less than who you are. You are all amazing, unique individuals and should be proud of what you accomplished today. Journaling. One great method to help with healing. Write down all your thoughts, feelings, past hurts. Every day write down how you felt that day, what thoughts passed through the day, and when you are done, close the damn book. It helps to release any negative vibes and move forward to another day. Be grateful. Be grateful. Every day I am grateful for at least one thing in my life. This is by far the easiest and most fulfilling method to create positivity in your life and attract more abundance. Meditation. One method to keep you balanced and grounded. Find your favorite quiet spot and take some time to just breathe and release. I find it helps to play soothing music. Picture yourself releasing all the stressors and negativity from your day. You are allowed to take that 5 to 30 minutes to yourself. Tapping. Now this is a cool one. So I've learned from two amazing women the power of tapping into your energy. A large thank you goes out to Karen Goldgruber and Dolores Eaton. You are probably thinking tapping. WTF. Everyone deals with their healing in different methods, but I found this tapping method to help improve my positivity and letting go. There are different places on your body that you can tap into in order to pull the energy that you want in life. For me, I find it easy to just tap into the palm of my thumb area. It's called the karate chop area. So you just pull on your thumb and it's just easy tapping. So, for example, I wake up in the morning and I get a negative thought. I start with tapping that thought out, then tapping for what I want to bring in my life. It not only changes my perspective at that time, but pulls the right energy in my life. I know you're probably thinking she's lost her mind. But trust me, I didn't just attract all that abundance by doing nothing. I believe, and so should you. Rest and rejuvenation. Sometimes you just need to take some time and relax. And it's okay. I always found myself keeping busy because that way there wasn't any time to think. Now I know why. When you find peace within, you will find time to relax and be okay with it. Positive outlook on life. I used to wake up every morning with so many negative thoughts racing through my head. It was like a film roll, flipping through everything that I did and everything that could go wrong before I even had my coffee. This is part of my anxiety disorder that I unfortunately had to deal with. Since I started speaking my truth and open up to many amazing professional and experienced heroes in my life, I now wake up grateful for just the simple fact that I woke up. A year ago, if I didn't have those right supports, I probably wouldn't have been here. So I'm truly, truly grateful, and it's hitting me right now. So I'll not cry. I'm also grateful for the amazing coffee that I'm going to drink. To be greeted by the sweetness of my daughter's morning hug. I'm flustered. Yes, when I haven't slept well, I might revert to some negative thoughts, but I now catch myself and turn it quickly with the help of different methods that was taught, such as the tapping. Coffee time. Change in perspective. Part of my healing started when I changed my perspective on life itself. Accepting the hurt feelings and dealing with the aftermath so that I can finally move forward. Love is purely a gift that can open your eyes to a beautiful world. Figuring out your true self and following your passion opens doors that you could never imagine. I am so grateful for this opportunity to share with everyone that life can go on, even through your darkest moments. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is. An additional thing that has come to light from finding your voice and speaking your truth. Never, never let anybody tell you no. Never let anybody tell you that you can't. Abuse should not be kept in the dark and swept away. If you want to break generational abuse, you need to find your voice and you need to speak your truth. From the words of a wise woman, be you. Be authentic. Be your favorite kind of person. Don't let anyone else take that job. And remember, you are here today because you decided to show up, because you decided to be your own role model and a role model to the people around you. Breathe. I want to thank you all for attending today. I offer consultation and awareness of autism and its services for families with children on the autism spectrum. And I also offer life skills coaching sessions as part of my mental health services. You can also join my private group on Facebook, Journey of My Healing, and Families with Children on the Autism Spectrum. Should you wish to contact me and are interested in my services, you can do so by email at angele@thevillageautismfamilyservices.ca or by phone 705-497-4147 or by simply sending me a message on Facebook. I love you all. Big hugs.